the city of Chicago. It has strong gun control laws, and oftentimes the NRA will point to that as an example and say, see, these things don't work. Those guns are coming from Indiana across the border where there are much laxer laws. And so folks will go to a gun show, purchase a whole bunch of firearms, drive up into the south side of Chicago, open up the trunk, and those things are for sale.
So no background check?
Nothing. Just show me that you're from Ohio.
Okay. Well, that's good about the background check because I probably couldn't pass one.
Letter that was written to Senator Grassley that, with the allegation that ATF sanctioned or otherwise knowingly allowed the sale of assault weapons to a straw purchaser who then transported them into Mexico is false. That letter, dated February the 4th, 2011, is itself false. We now know.
I'd say what I said is it contains inaccurate information.
Well, isn't that false?
Well, false, I don't want to quibble with you, but false, I think, implies people making a decision to deceive, and that was not what was going on there. People were in good faith giving what they thought was correct information to Senator Grassley. We now know that that information was not correct.
Okay, if you won't agree with me, it was false, it's not true. You agree with that, right?
I'd say it's not accurate.
It's not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Did the person who wrote this letter on February the 4th, 2011, have they ever been disciplined or otherwise been held accountable for providing false information to a United States senator?
Well, as I indicated, the people who wrote the letter acted in good faith, thought that what they were sending was, in fact, accurate information. The people who were supplying the information thought that it was accurate. At some point, somebody in that chain did not give good information, and that's one of the things that the Inspector General, I hope, will be able to determine. Did Lanny Brewer know better than what was represented in the February the 4th letter? Was he privy to either of these two memos, the July 5th, 2010? He said he was briefed April 2010. And by the way, what office does Lanny Brewer hold in the Department of Justice? He's the Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division. And why would Lanny Brewer, knowing as he did back in April 2010 about Operation Fast and Furious, allow a letter that went out on the department stationery February the 4th, 2011, why would he let a letter that was false represent the position of the Department of Justice? Well, first off, the briefing, the blue one, AAG Brewer brief, that was about wide receiver. That wasn't about Fast and Furious. By the way, do you know the differences between wide receiver and Fast and Furious? I mean, do I know that they're different operations? Right. And so do you know the differences, the factual differences between wide receiver and Fast and Furious? Well, I mean, there are a number of differences, both, I think, in scope, both in terms of time. The Bush administration was the one that started wide receiver. The Obama administration is where Fast and Furious began.
Floor of the state capitol, and as you may be able to see, a CHP officer stands guard outside of room 4072. This is Senator Leland Yee's state capitol office. This office has been guarded and roped off since at least 7 o'clock this morning. We saw at least 7 people go inside. We've been able to confirm that at least some of them are federal agents. Now, about 15 minutes ago, some of those agents left with boxes and carts and bags of what we presume is evidence. As they were leaving, I counted 9 boxes and cases and 1 paper bag, including some of the boxes that had to be carted away. They went down a state capitol hallway, rounded a corner, and into an elevator where they disappeared out of sight. I should say that we have seen no evidence of anyone in custody or arrested here at Senator Yee's office at the state capitol. Leticia?
And David, what is Senator Yee best known for at the state capitol as far as his leadership role there?
Yeah, Senator Yee a few years ago made headlines in his crusade against violent video games. More recently, however, though, he has been known as an advocate for transparency in government. In fact, just last week he received an award from a group of journalists for his transparency efforts. And as you mentioned, he is a candidate for Secretary of State, one of several candidates running for that position, and has made his crusade for transparency part of his campaign.
And David, has there been any reaction yet from the Senate yet on the leadership there on what they're saying so far about today's arrest as well as the raid?
Yeah, in a word, no. The Senate and the senators and their staff have been quite mum this morning. Senate leader, Senate President Pro Tem Darrell Steinberg did have a media gathering scheduled for this morning where presumably he was going to talk about other topics. That has now been rescheduled until sometime this afternoon. Senator Yee does serve as chair of the Health and Human Services Committee in the state Senate, but that committee is not scheduled to meet today.
But Not Gay Jared and I specifically went to the one in Crown Point, Indiana that Barack Obama went out of his way to vilify.
Well, I was told that I could go to a gun show and there would be no background check. So there would need to be a background check? That's a problem. I was told by the president that I could go here.
You believe him?
That's a felony and 20 years, and I'm not going to mess with it. No.
A DUI, and it's like I can't buy a gun.
Yup.
I hit a woman, but she was jaywalking. Pregnant, it was her fault. I have all cash.
You think I'm going to go to jail over that? No way.
Yeah, it was 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And I shot someone.
So don't even go down that road, because what you're asking is for somebody to commit a felony.
But it's a gun show.
Yeah.
While you're asking them to do that, you're committing a felony as well.
Would they sell to someone who's run over a pregnant woman?
Damn it. But just to be sure, we went to other gun shows and dealers too.
Real quick, sorry, I'm in a hurry. Can I get a gun here without a background check? Son of a bitch!
Turn down for what?
So here, that's just wrap it up and go, right? With the new, I don't need a background check, correct?
What do you mean?
I can just package this up and take it, right? Okay, what is this?
This is a NICS background check.
Oh, what is this?
This is, you can't buy a gun anywhere in the state unless you fill out paperwork.
I thought at gun shows you didn't have to do a background check.
Oh, no.
Well, what about just like can you just do it like the gun show loophole where people don't have to do the background checks?
It's common practice.
So there's no way for me to get this out of here without a background check?
Correct. There's no way to get it out of here without a background check.
You got to fill this out. That's the way it works.
Technically, I could fill out whatever I want, right?
Well, you have to have your license, your driver's license.
You come to a gun show, you got an FFL dealer, you fill out a NICS background check.
Okay, all right. So, but like you said, it's just I can just fill out. I'm hearing you.
You pay for the gun.
I have cash if that's the problem.
It doesn't matter.
Answer these questions here.
I think I'll fill it out in a way that will be satisfactory. Gosh. You can just fill out whatever. I mean, we're gonna.
What is this? This is a penis.
Then what's the closest thing I can get?
A semi-automatic rifle.
Without a background check.
Nothing.
Treat it like a gun show loophole.
I don't.
Wrap it up.
I don't
Bag
know.
it up. Well, what do you mean? What do you have a problem with? Real quick, I'm in a hurry.
Okay.
Can I get a gun here without a background check?
You will not be able to.
Horse shit! I'm not a fan of the FBI.
Oh, I understand. I get where you're coming from.
Therefore, that's a penis.
So hold on a second. Let me address this. I can see the comment sections. In places like Indiana, you can do a private bill of sale. For example, a father wants to pass his shotgun on down to his son. He can do that, but you cannot sell a gun privately in Indiana to someone from Illinois. Not only that, but even registered dealers at the gun shows would not touch anyone from Illinois with a 10-foot pole. And that's just because it's from Chicago sucks. I know the city is awful. Illinois is a crappy state. People are going to get mad, and so it's my home state. All you have is Chicago and corn. That's Chicago, corn. One of these is corn.
What if I were from Illinois?
Then you would have to wait and you're screwed.
There's a guy here, and it's just like all the crap you got to do in Illinois.
You got to be an Indiana resident.
If we're from
Because they have
Illinois, we can't do you any good.
Can't do me any good?
No.
I'm not from Indiana.
Okay, I